Bismillah, salatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Malik Zaib, and today we will learn about the implementation of a small network in Cisco Packet Tracer. So, whenever you are designing a network, first thing is that you have to keep this point in your mind that what are the devices you are using for your network design. So you have to select the devices, then you will decide the IP addressing, that is called addressing table. You have to prepare the table for that. But in this lab, the table is already given to you to prepare your lab. And the objective of the lab is actually, as you can see, the title implementation of a small network. It's a very small network uh, with three devices, not three, sorry, with five devices actually, three network devices and two end devices, end user devices. Three devices are, one is router and two switches are there, and two PCs and user devices are there. So the objective of the lab is to create the network topology and configure devices and verify connectivity. So this is the objective of the lab. And what are the instructions for this lab is for creating the network topology, that is the first part of the network of the lab, is so you have to obtain the required devices. First, as I told you in the beginning, that first of all you have to check out that what are the devices required. So this is the required devices, those are mentioned here, and how you will take the devices in the Cisco Packet Tracer, the scenario is given there. In the second step, for create that network topology, you have to specify the name for each device on the network. Then you will connect these all devices with each other. Okay, so the first part of the lab is create the network topology. For that purpose, we have three steps: obtain required devices, name the devices, and connect the devices. Then we will have the second part of the lab, that is configure these devices. So you will configure the router. What will be the configuration, the basic configuration that is given here? What are the basic settings for the router that is given here in your lab manual? Then you will configure the switch 1 and switch 2, and then you will configure the host in the third step. So let's start the lab in Cisco Packet Tracer. We are directly going to the Cisco Packet Tracer. This is a Cisco Packet Tracer, and I hope you are familiar with the Cisco Packet Tracer interface. Here we have in this menu, you can see that, or in this bar, we have network devices. Okay, and from here we can get the routers, and the under this bar we have another bar that is having the specific devices are there. Okay, we will click on this network devices, and then we will click on routers if we need a router, and then we will get one router from here. The simple way is to drag and drop the device on the workspace. So we will drag 2911 router, we need one router, and then we will click on this icon, that is for the switches, and then click on 2960, drag and drop here on the workspace, or you can just click here and then click on the workspace. The device will be added to the workspace. Now what we will do, our next devices, required devices are the end devices, and we will click on this end devices icon, and then we will get, either we can get PC or the laptop, whatever you want. So I'm taking one PC and one laptop for this lab. Now we have selected the devices for our network design. Now we will connect all these devices with each other. For that purpose, this icon, that is for the cables or the connections, is there. Then we will go to the specific connection that we have required. These are all different devices that we are connecting with each other. So we need the straight through cable. So this is the straight through cable. When you will put your cursor here on this cable connection, then you will find the name on the bottom here. Okay, you will find the name here. Check, when I'm clicking on it, then this is the copper straight through cable. Now I will click on the router and select the port number, that is gigabit 0/0. Okay, and then we will click it on the switch, and then select the also select a port number that we have required. Okay, I am selecting randomly, but in your lab manual what is given, I have to check it. Okay, because the IP table is regarding the according to the uh, according to the port numbers. Okay, so gigabit 0/0 is one, and 0/0 is the other side. So I have taken these, this is 0/0. Now I will take 0/1 straight through cable. Okay, and I will connect it with the switch. In the lab it is not mentioned that which interface you have to connect to the switch, so you can take any interface from here. Okay, now we will connect the PC with the switch. Again, these are different devices, so for the different devices we need a straight through cable. So we will click on a switch, we will take the cable, we will click on the interface, and then again we will click on the PC and click on the fast Ethernet 0 interface. Similarly, we will connect the other switch, that is switch 2, and click on the port number, okay, fast Ethernet 0/1, and then click on PC and click on the port number fast Ethernet 0. Okay, so we have connected all our devices with each other through the cables, right, copper cable. Now what we will do, we will in the second step that is given here, I have to follow the steps those are given in the lab. Okay, in the lab manual. So the first thing, we have to configure the network topology, that we have done. Okay, click end devices, we have selected. Now he said that we have to name the devices. Okay, in the second step we will give the names to the devices. As you can see here, RTA. Okay, a router A is the name for the router, and SW1 switch 1 and switch 2 and PC1 and PC2, these are the names for the devices. First of all, we will give the names on our uh, Cisco Packet Tracer workspace. RTA, the name of the router. Okay, you can see it like if we are connecting in this way, right? I think it's better. RTA, then we have this one, that is SW1, and then we have, just click on the name and then you can rename it SW2, and this is PC1. Okay, PC1, and this is PC2. Okay, right. So we have given the names here. Okay, now we will go to the router and we will configure the router configuration. What are the router configuration? What you have to do is, like the third step we have already done. We have to give the names. Already we have given the names. Now we will go to the part 2, that is configure devices. Okay, then now the first thing is, in the first step, configure the router, and he is saying that change the host name according to the addressing table. This is the host name, like the name of the router. Configure Cisco as the encrypted password. Configure Cisco as the password on lines, and all lines should accept connections. Okay, configure an appropriate message of the day banner, and then configure interface setting, addressing, description on the interface, and save your configuration. So for the router, these are the configurations that we have to do. So we are going to the router first of all. Okay, just click on router and go to the CLI command line interface here. Okay, when you will get this message first time when you are going to start your router, okay, the new router, either it is in Cisco Packet Tracer or it's a real router, then you will get the message, the same message on the router when you are going to the CLI. So would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? So you have to write no. Okay, always write here no, then press enter 2 times, and then you will be in the router. Okay, the first command that we are giving here, that is the enable command. Okay, to access the privilege mode. Okay, there are different modes in the routers and the switches, Cisco routers and Cisco switches. The first mode is the privilege mode. Now we are in privilege mode. Here we will write the command, that is configure terminal. This command will this command is used to enter to the global configuration mode where we will do all configuration. So configure terminal. Now here we will write the host name command. This is used to change the name of the device. So our host name or the name of the router is RTA. So I'm writing here host name RTA and press enter button. Now you can see first we have the default name for this router, that was router, but now it is changed to RTA. Okay, clear? So as given in the lab manual, that we have to change the or we have to configure the passwords. Okay, the first thing that we will configure the enable password. Okay, and he said that it should be encrypted password. So for the encrypted password we have the command enable secret. Okay, if we are if in the lab manual it is not given the encrypted password, then you will use the command enable password. Okay, that password will not be encrypted. So for the encrypted password we will use the command enable secret, and the password we will write here is Cisco as it is given in the lab manual, right? So enable secret password we have configured. Now we have to configure the lines password. There are two lines basically. We have line console and virtual terminal. That console is used to access the device when you don't have when you don't have any IP address on your device. Then you are connecting a PC, and that through that PC you are configuring the configuring your device. Okay, like in Cisco Packet Tracer, we are just clicking on the router and we are going to the router's interface. But in real routers, we cannot do that. Okay, for that purpose, what we are doing, we are connecting a PC with this router. And this PC is connected to the router through the console cable. As you can see here, this is the console cable that we are using. The one end is inserted in your PC, and the other end is inserted in the console port of your router. Okay, there is a console port on your router, so you will insert the console cable, and this is an RJ45 connector that is used on the one end of the console cable, that is inserted or that is plugged in the router. So we will plug in the router on one side, and the other is the COM port that is inside the PC, and we are inserting or we are plugging that COM port to the PC, and through this PC we will access this router. Okay, as in Cisco Packet Tracer I have just clicked on router and I am in the router. But in real devices you will go to the PC, and then through the terminal you will enter to the router, as I am doing here in Cisco Packet Tracer. Click on desktop. Okay, first click on the PC, then go to the desktop tab here, and then click to the terminal here. Okay, terminal, and then press OK. Now you are in the router. Okay, as you can see, it is as same as it is. Both are same, right? Both are same. We are on the same place, accessing the router from the PC through the console port, or directly in the Cisco Packet Tracer. As I told you, in the Cisco Packet Tracer we have this benefit that we can access directly the router, but in real devices you have to follow this one. Okay, right? So now we have to configure the password on the console line. This is the console line about which I told you here. Okay, and the second line is virtual terminal, that if you want to access remotely your device, then you are using the VTY line. Okay, so the first is we are configuring the line console here. We are configuring the line console 0, right? And then press enter, and here you will give the password with the password command, and we are giving the password Cisco here. Okay, and then we are giving the login command here. This login command is used to this password command. First of all, the password command is used to give the password or configure the password on your device. But if you are not giving this login command, when you are going to log into the router, it is not asking for the password. The password is configured, but it is not asking insert the password here. Okay, so the login command is important. Then we have configured the line console 0. 0 is the number of the console. Okay, we have only one port, that's why it will always 0. When you are configuring the console, then you will write line console 0 always, right? Now we are going to exit from here, and then we are writing the line vty 0 to we are saying that only 5 sessions, so we are writing here 0 to 4. You can also write 0 to 15 and so on, because there are many sessions here. There are 0 to 15, 16 sessions are there. Okay, but in real devices you have more sessions. Okay, you have more sessions for that purpose. So we can write here 0 to 15. We are saying that for all the on all the sessions we are configuring the password. Okay, so we will configure the password here, and we are configuring the same password Cisco. Okay, and login command. In both lines we are using the login command. Without login command, the password is not working. It is configured, but it is not working. Then we will exit from here. Okay, so these are the steps that we have done on our router for the security purpose, and these are very basic steps. The next step that is given in your manual is that I'm following is to configure the appropriate message of the day banner. So message of the day banner we are configuring with the banner command. Banner, MOTD, message of the day. And here you can use any special characters, start with the same special character and ends with the same special character. Okay, so I'm using the inverted commas. You can use also at the rate, you can use hash, or whatever you want to do, but the purpose is same. Okay, but you have to start with the end with the at the rate character, and you will must end with at the rate character. Okay, if you are starting with the at the rate character and you are ending with hash sign, so it will not work. Okay, so I am using the inverted commas here. Now I will write here the message. Okay, I am writing authorized users only. Okay, authorized users only. This is the message that will be displayed in the beginning when you will power on the switch. Okay, and then press enter. Now it is the message of the day banner is configured. Now the last thing is that you have to save the configuration. For that purpose you are using the command WR only, or if you can also write the command here write. Okay, WRITE. These are two commands. You can simply write the command WR or write. Both are sorry, you have to exit from here first, Control Z, or you will write the command end button. Sorry, end command or Control plus Z button. You will press, then you will be in the user mode. Here you will write the WR or write command, and your configuration will be saved. Right? Clear? Now we will go to the switch, and we will do the same steps as given here. We will give the password or encrypted password. What does it mean? It means that the password that is encrypted, right? Then configure the lines to accept connection using the password for set for step 1A above. Okay, for the same step that is given here. Okay, then we have to configure the switches so that can send data host on remote networks, and then save the configuration. Okay, so we will go to the switch 1, and we will close this router, and we will go to the switch 1 first and go to the CLI, press enter, and write here same command, enable command you have to write here. And then now you are in the user mode, and then you will go to the global configuration mode, configure terminal. The first thing, we will change the host name, the name of the switch, that is SW1. Okay, and then we will configure the enable password. Okay, that is encrypted password, so we are using the secret command. secret, sorry, we are using the secret command here, and we are using the same password, that is Cisco. Okay, then we will go to the line console 0. Okay, the password, we will give the password here, and then login command, the same steps. Okay, then we will go exit from here, and then we will use the again we are going to the line VTY 0 to 15. Okay, and then password, we are writing here Cisco, and don't forget the login command, right? And then exit from here. Okay, got it? Control Z and W R. Now we will go to the switch 2, and we will configure the same configuration there. Press enter, enable. Okay, configure terminal, then hostname first, SW2. Okay, and then you will configure the enable password, that is the encrypted one, okay, and then you have to configure the console password, line console 0, and password is Cisco, and login. Okay, clear? Then exit from this line and go to the line VTY 0 to 15 and give the password here. Okay, and login command. Okay, and then control Z and WR for saving the configuration, right? We have configured the switches, we have configured the router, and we have to configure now PCs. So we will check what is given in the manual. Configure the hosts. Okay, configure the configure addressing on host. This is the last point that we will do. Now we have configured all these things, initial things, or basic security, that we have configured, parameters we have configured. Now we are configuring the IP addressing according to the IP address table. That is for router 1, router A. We have 192.10.10.1 for the gigabit 0/0 interface. So we will go to the router again, and we will go to the configure terminal. Okay, and here we will go to the interface gigabit 0/0. Okay, when you are pressing the tab button, it will complete your command. Okay, as I have written here int and I have pressed the tab button, this command is completed. I have just written here G, and I press the tab button, and the command is completed, and 0/0 is the number for gigabit interface. Okay, got it? Now here we will configure the IP address. For the configuration of IP address, we are using the command IP address, and then we are writing here the address 192.10.10. What was the IP address? Sorry, 192.10.10.1 with this subnet mask 255.255.255.0. 10.10.10.1 with subnet mask, we are writing here subnet mask dot 0. Okay, and don't forget to run this command, no shutdown. Without this command, your interfaces will be disabled. You can see when I will configure this command, I have configured the IP address, but it is disabled. The red mean, if it is red, then it means it is disabled. Okay, but when I will write here no shutdown, you will see that it will become green. Got it? So it is enabled now. Now exit from this interface and go to the interface gigabit 0/1. Okay, the other interface that is going to the other switch. So the IP address, the same command, IP address 192.10.20.1 is given in your lab manual, 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown, right? No shutdown command. is important to enable the interface. Now you can see your interface change state to up. It means it is enabled, right? So these are the IP addresses that we have configured on the router. Then Control Z and WR for saving the configuration. Go to the switch, and you have to configure here, as it is given in the lab manual, that you have to configure the VLANs here. So VLAN 1 has the IP for management purpose, as we cannot configure the IP address on layer 2 switch. So we are configuring the IP address on VLAN. So VLAN 1 is the default VLAN. So we are configuring the IP address on default VLAN. This is on gigabit 0/0. How we know that this VLAN is in switch 1 and that is connected with gigabit 0/0? You can see the same class of IP address is used here, 192.10.10.1, and here it is 192.10.10.2. So it means that this VLAN is in the switch 1 and switch 1 is connected with this gigabit 0/0 interface of the router. So we will go to the switch, we will again go to the configure terminal, okay, and here we will write interface VLAN 1, and here we will configure the IP address. This is the logical interface. On physical interfaces of the switch, layer 2 switch, we cannot configure the IP address. That's why for the management purpose, we are using the virtual interface, that is VLAN 1 interface, for giving the or configuring the IP address. So IP address, that is 192.10.10.2 and 255.255.255.0 is the IP address, and no shutdown. Okay, your LAN is up, VLAN is up. Now exit from here and right, directly press Ctrl Z and WR, right, and now go to the switch 2, and the same steps you have to follow here. Configure terminal, interface VLAN 1, okay, and IP address, that is 192.10.20.2 with subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and don't forget which command, no shutdown, no shutdown, okay. Control Z WR. Now we will go to the PCs and configure the IP address with the same class that is from here, because this is the gateway for the PC, okay. Through this interface the PC will enter to this router, okay. So the gateway for this router, this PC, as it is not given, you can see here it is not given the IP address, and the gateway is also, default gateway is not given, we have to write here, okay, you have to write here. So the NIC, this will be with the in the same class. PC1 is on this side, gigabit 0/0 side, so it can be any IP here, 192.10.10. Other than 1 and 2, okay. 10 dot, it can be 192, sorry, so it can be 192.10.345 up to 254. Any IP address you can give here, any IP address you can give here, okay. So we will configure here, instead of 10.10, I am writing here 10, okay. So go to the PC, click on PC and go to the desktop tab, and here you will find IP configuration, click on it, and then static IP address, you will click on static IP address and write here the IP address 192.10.10.10 I have given, with the same subnet mask of the network and with the default gateway 192.10.10. What will be the default gateway? 10.10.1, okay. Close it, go to the other PC and go to the desktop tab, click on IP configuration and IP address 192.10.20. Again I am giving here 10 and 192.10.20, dot 1 and close it. Okay, now we'll check the connectivity between the devices. Okay, the last step is verify or test the connectivity. So for that purpose you can go to the PC and ping from here to the other PC, or you can directly send. The Cisco packet tracer has a facility to send the packet from source to the destination. So first I will show you the ping command, then I will send the packet. In Cisco packet tracer you can see the facility that is given by the Cisco packet tracer. Ping 192.10. First of all, I will ping this PC 10.10.10. Either it is working or not. So it is working. Okay. Now what I will do, I will ping the gateway here. I will ping the 192.10.10.1. That this is for the lane, that your lane is working or not. You are pinging the default gateway. Now you will ping the other side of this router, this IP address. So this IP address is 20.1. Okay, so I'm pinging this. You can see I can get the reply. It means I can reach here on this side. Now I will ping 20.10. that is the IP address of this PC. Okay, this laptop. So let's wait for a moment. Yes, I'm getting the reply. As you can see, the first request time out message is displayed here. Why it is happening? Every time whenever you are when you are pinging the destination, it is giving you request timeout. It is because of the ARP. It is waiting for the ARP reply. Okay, address resolution protocol. Because when it will get the MAC address information, then it will start communication. Without getting the MAC address information of the destination, it will not start the communication. So that's why every time whenever you are you can notice it whenever you are when you are sending the ping from source to the destination first time, then you will receive request time out, one or two or three request time outs in the beginning, because it is waiting for the ARP reply. Okay, so this is our lab that we have done. We have configured a very small network with here you can see there are two network segments here, because each port of the router has one network. So this is one network, this is another network. We have connected two networks with each other with the help of a router. Okay, and you must know that when we are using router, it means that we are connecting to different networks with each other. Okay, because router is the device that is used to connect different networks with each other. Understand? I hope this lab will be beneficial for you while configuration of the small network or any network, big network. This is the concept, actually basic concept of the network configuration. So the same in the same manner you can configure the big network as well. So thank you very much. Thanks for watching the video. See you inshallah in the next video. Take care. Allah Hafiz.